the leg, the leg. Oh Lord, the leg. Oh, the leg. Oh Lord, I'm gonna be this way for a whole hour. Lord, I'm glad that joker did not. Where did it go? Oh, mishap. Oh, mishaps. It's still cricket. Okay, I'm sitting down. Cut this leg here. The way it's set out. The way this leg, is set up. Ain't right. Oh, it just really wants to be propped up on top of this thingamajiggy. I just got a Dr. Pepper. Well, my mic right here, so y'all might be saying lovely tea things to me. Oh, I might have to sit like that. Oh, Jesus. What in the whole wide world, God? What in the whole... Oh, y'all. Oh, welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh. Oh. I've not been live since this thing here has been going on. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If it ain't one thing, it'd be a whole number. If it ain't the left arm, it's the right knee. I think I might have, maybe I came live and told y'all I sat wrong in my recliner, this 50-year-old leg here. I had it stretched out and, you know, they get a little restless. And so I bent it kind of like Indian shape, Indian style. And I sat that way for probably about 15, 20 minutes. When I went to straighten it out, it just made all kinds of noises. But it didn't make those noises when I sat that way in the beginning. Oh, Lord, when I tell y'all my leg is on fire right now, and I've been good. When I say the ogre just said, oh, you walking better, I said I just told my girlfriend that yesterday. But it's not true to form, y'all. It's not true to form because any given thing, it's arthritis, by the way. I just went to the doctor about it. It's been going on about 2 weeks, and I went to the doctor about it last Thursday or Friday. And there's some early stages of arthritis in there. And oh my God, I've been telling the ogre it feels like somebody is choking my leg. Feels like someone's choking my leg. Welcome, 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 you guys. It is Sylvie414. And I is Sylvie, your rough edge lady. Coming to bring you some of that 414. Okay, I knew it was a little something that won't quite. This, I didn't think that hairstyle through. I ain't think that hairstyle through with these, with these earbuds. I don't know what it looked like right now, but whatever it looked like, let's see. Oh, it's still alright. But the ball was in the earbud, so it wasn't sitting on my ear properly, and I could not hear. It sounded really, really distorted to me in my own ear. Come to bring y'all some of that 414, that one in the middle for balance. I don't want to raise this arm in the wrong way because nobody wants to be toe up from the floor up on the left side and toe up from the floor up on the right side. Nobody wants to be, so there's the one. Welcome, 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 you guys. Like, share, and subscribe. Y'all see that title? Because girls is players too. Because girls is players too. And if y'all know me, y'all know I don't even like that word. Like, not for grown women. But, you know, it's a song. And it fit. So I went with that. in my voice. Coy Leray. I always say it wrong, and somebody always corrects me. My daughters correct me on almost everything that I say. They say I put emphasis on the wrong parts of words, whatever that means. Y'all, I hope y'all have had a wonderful weekend. If y'all went and fellowshipped, I hope y'all had a wonderful fellowship on today. If y'all went and fellowshipped on yesterday, I hope y'all had a wonderful fellowship on yesterday. I have had a very in pain week, and just, oh, Lord is doing something different. Poking right now. Oh my God. A very in pain week. Walking is a task. Walking is a task. Other than that, getting things done. I ain't stopped working. Baby girl know that I've been in pain, and so she has been being as helpful as her 3-year-old self can. She don't like to see me in pain. But yes, that has been the gist of my week. Getting I really ain't cut up a lot of content. Look, I'm gonna take it that I ain't been cutting up content probably since this thing, man. I said it been messed up about 2.5 weeks. I ain't got no analytics in about that long, so I probably have really not been doing that great on posting content. So I've apologized to myself. I apologize to y'all. I'm gonna do better. And I will always continue to say this is not easy, and I'm the new guy. I am the new guy who has finally struck over 100,000 views on YouTube. But look, I gave myself some credit in that, y'all. Because although my YouTube page is since 2015, I did not start going like full throttle and being on YouTube on a regular basis until 2021. So my 100,000 views, shoot, my 1,000 videos for real. My 1,000 videos done came since 2021. So yeah, I've been going hard and just still learning and seeing what I can do to be better. I watched a video. I forget what I was watching that video for, but it was not to get any points on content creation. I want to say it was probably, yep. Cause we gonna talk about her, Queen Rose, we gonna talk about her. O'Shea was talking about Queen Rose, and he was talking about, look, I don't be feeling bad for my in the room, what in the Jamaican podcast is going on there type of get up. Oh yes, let me be, I didn't share. I be forgetting to share, but I do have a device that says that I may be able to see some things and some stuff. Let me see how I can, also, that's not what I'm trying to do. That's not it. How do I do this? No. What in the whole wide world? I'm trying. It's not giving me, because I don't have I think I took the YouTube studio off of this. So I'm trying to, because it's not going to tell me I'm live in my own YouTube. And I always forget how how I found it. How I find it any other time. But yes, we gonna talk about. I apologize, y'all. Okay. I ain't gonna worry about it. I was trying to find it because I was trying to find the chat. So if I have a chat, I can interact with the chat. All right, you guys. Do you find yourself defending friendships, starting suspicions, and creating animosities? maybe, you've been sneering at fellow citizens, you know, like speaking real contemptuous, real snarky to your neighbor, fellow citizens, you know, fellow citizens. If I had said neighbor first, you might have just thought, oh, let me walk out my door, see who I see. My neighbor, you say fellow citizens, it lets you know that your neighbor can be miles away, hours away, days away, airplanes away. Your neighbor. Now, if this is you, and you ain't got to tell us all, because you is the onlyest one that will know if this is you or not. If this is you, you may just be suffering from void of wisdom. Let's talk about it. Come on. We gonna start off with my girl Brittany. Brittany Renner, who I be speaking about. That's what I don't understand. When I'm here, like if I'm on that phone, when I get to this part, when I go to my library, it should show me where I can see my page. I can't even go to my page, like my profile, to get to where it says community and everything. It's not giving me that. It just says history right here, my playlist. Like something is not quite right about how this page is, and it's signed in to that phone, so it really should show me the same things, I would say. Let's see. Let me see if I can pull up YouTube Studio and work out a thing. I apologize, y'all. I'm trying to. That should have been done prior to coming on. Because I think I pulled it up from YouTube Studio before. Okay. So I'm going to. Wait, what did I just do here? Oh, okay. I don't know what I was doing. Okay, so I have been hearing the name Brittany Renner on these social media streets. I hear it. The first time that I heard her name, was it he's a manosphere guy, and he wears glasses, and he's light skinned, he has a beard, and I can't think of his name. He got caught up in the Just Pearly Things scam a little bit, and he just got caught up with something else. I want to say, is it Media Tutorial? No, it's not Media Tutorials. Oh, into who? I don't know. But she was on his show, and she was all on his live and everything. She was all over the place. And every time I see a video about her, she's all over the place. All over the place. And then, you know, I told you I was gifted this TV, so, you know, there'll be letting some other things play in the background. I have some things to talk about when I come up here and I start talking to you guys a little bit. And so your girl said, okay, let me see. I'm trying to get an Apple TV right now so I can get on some our stuff. But I'm waiting on the people to get me that Apple TV, because we just got off the phone, but I ain't even think about saying, can you see about getting that ID? I mean, that password or something like that, so I can get in, so I can, you know, make use of the family plan, because I can't use the family plan if I can't use no ID. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Password, because I think I have to have my own password. I mean, I think I have to go in on her password. I don't know. Well, I don't know. Anywho, I'll figure that out. But I said all that to say, well, I said all that to say nothing. I was just off going into a rant. But I was talking back to the Brittany. Because I be watching the Basketball Wives. I said that I would catch up, you know. Because I stopped watching like around 2017. I stopped watching around OG. Like OG was the last, that's what I'm figuring out. And then I found out that they brought Brandy back, and I was like, wait, what? They brought Brandy back? So yes, they brought Brandy back. Nobody knew that Brandy was coming back. Well, I didn't know that Brandy was coming back. Let's see. Why this thing ain't doing right? I'm supposed to be able to get to my live. I don't know how to work this stuff like that, y'all. I be trying. That's editing the channel. So I find out Brandy is back. And aside from finding out Brandy is back, that's just nerve-wracking. It's nerve-wracking to know that I don't know how to get to my live so that I can watch this chat. Let me see if I can do this. Why can't I search? Oh. Look at my, because it's there. This is that phone, so the search button is not in a good place, so it's not allowing me to search to find. Okay, maybe I'll see me in here. No. Okay, so once I realized Brandy was back and her and Malaysia was, going through their thing and trying to work out their thing, and I'm trying to figure out what it was because I'm like, it has to do something. Has to have something to do with the fact that, she got gone and you didn't. And come to find out, that's kind of what it was. You ain't really ever hear Brandy, like, admit it out her mouth, but in my mind, yeah, she was upset because her girl. I don't know if it was because she stayed on the show or if Malaysia got, because she stayed on the show and Brandy was no longer on the show. So I don't know which it would be. But yeah, it's not letting me just, let me see. Let me try something. Let me try some. Oh, that's not working either. Look, that's what's going on. Okay, maybe. Okay, there you go. There you go. There you go. Come on, open it out. Oh, she's smart. She's smart. She's smart. She's smart. She's smart. Her just was smart. That's all. That's all. I was trying to get there. That's all. I was just trying to get there. Okay. So when I was presented with Brittany on the show, because I had no clue that that's where she came from. All I knew was whenever you see her online, it is attached to just a whole lot. When I watched her on the show, I watched someone who I think she wanted to fit in. I think she wanted to fit in. I'm gonna say this because I said I was gonna say this. Then my whole thing about when you love somebody. If you love somebody or you love something, a show or what have you, if you love it or if you love a person, that is good, bad, and different. I love my daughters. We have our intense moments. We do. We do not always get along the greatest, especially me and the mini me 3000. She's the mini me 3,000. Good, bad, and different. I just sung the song on my cousin's text message day. Anything I can do, she can do better. She can do anything better than me. And when I say better, I from time to time I still have to remind her, you mini me 3,000, that means I'm big me. So I'm still me. But I'll say, for instance, I was the makeup artist. I was the cosmetologist. I went to school for all of that. She took all of that on and amplified it. Amplified it. She taught me how to put this face on because I didn't know how to put this face on. I just knew how to put old school full faces of makeup on that. And come to find out, look, she is the one that has me looking to see that this has always been a thing. It's just not a thing as to how I was taught to do makeup. Like, she got me looking at the Jeffersons, like looking at Louise and Florence and Helen Face, and they had their highlight and they had their contour. You see it. You see it. Louise's won't no joke. Like, Louise's used to be no joke. Like, if I had to say which one of them had the best makeup, to me, it was Louise. Like, hers was so, but, yes, but loving them and them loving me, because we love each other. We may love each other in a way where we need to learn how to communicate with one another better. But we love each other in a way where we're not going to let each other stay the same, because we will check each other. We will check each other. Don't always feel good. Sometimes people don't like to be checked. But love says that. I don't love you if I just allow anything you do to just be okay and never voice my opinion on anything you do. Now, we're going to talk about silence being golden, and there is a time for that. But there also is a time where you speak about the things and the people that you love. I said all of that to say, when I stopped watching Basketball Wives, when all of that stuff was going on with Brandy, I was able to see Brandy's side of things. I love the Basketball Wives from the time that they came out, so I have watched them, good, bad, and different. You can hear people talking about the Basketball Wives all over the place, and the ratchetness that is them. All of them. Evelyn, Tammy, Shawnee does ratchetness in a whole nother way. It's called passive aggressive ratchetness. Because they don't be thinking they be right. Sips Dr. Pepper. But I would see that the new girls, they ain't stand a chance. I ain't saying OG ain't had no issues. What I am saying is what OG said was absolutely, positively correct. Y'all are checking me because I said I don't want to have to put them paws on you. But you're not checking the people that's putting paws on people. Throwing tables, tossing drinks. Because those was the OGs. Those weren't OG. What was the pun? All's the pun. So, fast forward to Brittany and Clayana. But Clayana came in hot, buddy. And when she came in, I ain't even trying to be funny. I understood even her because of the tone and there was another word I was looking to go with tone, in which Jen asked that question. Her delivery was stank up in the air nose Jen, and I love Jen. It's Jen and Tammy for me. It's Jen and Tammy for me. Just like it with Tamar and Trina for me. Why? Because they balled them up into, ball up Jen and Tammy and you get me, ball up Tamar and Trina and you get me. But I love them. I love them enough to understand that Jen can be steak. I love them enough to understand that Tammy should have looked at herself a little bit sometimes. Wasn't always everybody, because Tammy used to distort that story to make it fit her narrative. As, what was I talking about today? That what that young lady was doing there on that Olivia lady up there on the Bad Girls Club today. She was just distorting that story to make it fit her narrative the whole time. You know, messed around and told them girls you had 3rd stage cervical cancer. You told them you had, why me? And then you never had it. When you left the hospital, you did not have cancer. So you came in that house and you told them that you had 3rd stage cervical cancer, and then you just tried to just wipe it all under the rug. Then come to find out that you and your sister weren't sisters, even though y'all was kissing cousins if y'all was sisters, because y'all was ready to do the hoochie coochie in the club. But I digress. Because we're talking about Brittany. Come on, Brittany. No, I don't need those yet. I'm not reading. So, I understood Clayana's offense. And then we fast forward to her wanting to meet Jen. Clayana was all the way wrong because she could have stayed in that chair in that restaurant while Jen just moseyed on along. But I know it can get hard if somebody is talking to you and you've not yet learned how to control your emotions. You have somebody speaking to you. You already heated. And they ain't heated like you wanted to be, because you probably wanted them to stay in your face and, you know what I'm saying, be heated with you so you would have all the more reason to... You know? All of that good stuff. And she chose not to do that. She chose to take the bad girl route. Because if people don't understand that the baddest girl is that girl that got her tail beat and then got her twerked, and the other one that got her tail beat and said they think that's going to make me go home. Why? Because they agitated to make you. Because if you the one going home, not them. I think you can tug hair and stuff like that, but if you go up to them and really pop, 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 chances are you going home. Now, the young lady ain't go home earlier, and I don't know why. I don't know if it was because she ain't never been in no trouble. I don't know, but she got up pop, pop, pop. I had told her, oh, I was like, I watched her see red. Like, she was the epitome of seeing red. It's like you watched and it started turning to red right there in front of her, and I'm just like, oh, that girl's about to get it, and she did. But Brittany watched the double standard, basically. Just to make a long story short. She watched the double standard. And she called them on it, and they ain't like it. Even when she told Evelyn she ain't feel comfortable, because she stayed back with Clayana. And her and Evelyn had built the bond, so Evelyn like, you supposed to be at the party. But y'all done left this girl, y'all just getting ready to leave her by herself. And one thing for sure, and two things for certain, 9 times out of 10, when they leave one by themselves, there is always one person that goes off with the ones that are by themselves. But if all of the originals can't stand Clayana, who was going to go with Clayana? Because Jacille, is her name Jacille? Or is that young Ja? Giselle, I don't know what her name is, the cosmetologist. She was Nancy neutral, and that could be okay, except when she was with Brittany and them, it was like in total defense, and then you went over here with them as if, yeah, you hadn't just sat over here and defended her. That is a little suck-up-ish, you know? What do you think? I just. But I said all of that to say that just gave me like a look into who she is. I said she ain't a hot mess. She's young. We expect that these young people are not going to be a hot mess. Perfect example, Blue on the Bad Girls Club. That therapist wanted her to say, I'm going to break up with one of these girls today. But what she said was, I can't promise I'm going to do that. I'm young. You know, the Bible says you ain't, you single till you're married. But all that I said about Blue is Blue, whatever Blue did, she was doing in the open. She wasn't hiding anything. If somebody is doing, if somebody is letting you know who they are and you choose to stay and think that that person is going to change because you don't like what they are doing, you are sadly mistaken. You are in for a long season of misery because you are attempting to do someone else's work and you can't. You can only do your work. You only have your door to sweep in front of, around. But she showed y'all, she flirted in front of her, she cuddled in front of her, she did what she did in front of the young lady every time. And then the young lady wanted to go get upset with the other young lady. And Laura wanted to, there's an aspect of that I understand, but these are young people. These are young people. We want our young people to be old, and then when they get old and be trying to act young, you be wondering why. Shoot, they're young people. I'm not saying that we don't check their behavior or anything like that, but they're going to have their behavior. Didn't we? Now, I said all that to say because what we're going to talk about today, and I'm going to read the scripture before I speak on Brittany in reference to the scripture. We is going to be reading, where is it? Proverbs 11, verse 12. He that is void of wisdom despiseth his neighbor, but a man of understanding holdeth his peace. He that is void of wisdom despiseth his neighbor, but a man of understanding holdeth his peace. Now this is where I put Brittany into it. It's going to describe 4 different types of people. Brittany, the latest thing that I have seen about Brittany on social media is that she is now a Muslim. I have not watched the video. It looked a little iffy for me. What I did when I saw the video post the very first time was prayed, because I had watched The Housewives and I had taken her right here at this point. So I didn't really think about it one way or another, just hearing her name in the street. But after I watched The Housewives, I'm like, even though reality TV has a hint of acting to it, there's still some reality to it as well. And life situations and circumstances will have you out here a whole hot mess, man or woman, it doesn't matter. Men tend to think because they go and get their financial heads on straight that their life situations don't have a hold of them. But if you sit with any person long enough, you can see if life situations have a hold of. It's one thing to learn how to deal with what has happened to you throughout life. But if what has happened to you throughout life is dealing with you, baby, I promise you, it's written all over your face. You don't have to say a word. We gonna see it all over you. So Brittany is saying that she is a Muslim. If she is, my prayers all over her life. But after I watched that, after I saw the video, the video circulating about it, and I prayed, I also said, Lord, You know, when it comes to celebrities are doing things um, with the intent of likes and views. They're doing things with the intents of likes and views. So you never know when it may be that she's just trying to get a like or view, or if this is something that is real to her life. So my prayer would be that it's real to her life. But if it's not real to her life, my concern for Brittany is the one of these people that she would be considered is the insolent. The insolent has no respect, uncivil, rude, sneering, saucy, and abusive. And the only reason that I would say that is because religion hasn't done anything to anyone to make people want to play with it. People. People make the world go round. Oh, that was not in the right key at all. People make the world go round. People make the world go round. People. People. But I believe, because I believe in the Most High God, the true and the living God. If we go around playing for likes and views, you may see the results of that. Remember I said the other day, Brad said we can do anything we want to do. It don't mean we supposed to do anything we want to do. So Brittany, my love, when the people had watched you on Housewives, the Basketball Wives, I just fell in love with you, even though I had heard all of those things about you out here on these streets. So my hope and my prayer is that you ain't out here playing with religion, baby. That's my hope and my prayer. But if you are, to each his and her own. Have at it. But if that is what you're doing, and in the interim, you begin to notice things and stuff that may not be working quite right for you in life, the Most High might bring your attention back to this moment. You know, that moment when you decided that you was going to go live and tell everybody that you was a Muslim if you're not. And that's all I have to say about that. All right, let's go ahead on and talk about the scripture just a little bit, just a little bit. Just a little bit, baby. Just a little bit. Just a little bit, baby. Okay. Woo! Void of wisdom. Words of contempt about the neighbor. Contemptuous language is chiefly the intent. And just like I said, she not using contemptuous language or anything, but it speaks about well, we're going to go down and speak more about what it speaks about. Oh, I didn't turn off notifications up here. So we talked about those. I said that there were 4 types of people. You have the insolent. I just read those to you. You have the respectful. The respectful is considered society's truest gentleman or gentle lady. They are cautious, they are prudent, and they are polite. And not nice. Nice ain't no good word, but they are polite. They are cautious. To be cautious is to think before you speak or act. Cautious, prudent, wise in simple things, just the little things. Why? Because you're going to think about that thing before you speak or before you act. Then you have the tattler. I call the tattler the real sneaky link. Because I just had a conversation with Boo when we were talking about her issues, and then I just brought just how that could pertain to any relationship when we was talking about her issues. And I said the real sneaky link because this person takes in your secrets. This can be somebody you consider a close friend, because we're going to go on to say, not always malicious in spirit, but they take in your secrets so that they can pour them into your neighbor's greedy ears. I didn't say that your neighbor had greedy ears. The study did. Welcome, 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 you guys. Like, share, and subscribe. The study said it. They're not always malicious in spirit, but always dangerous. Always dangerous. Remember those questions I asked up there? They're always defending friendships. They're always starting suspicions. You always want to keep something going. Things ain't sitting right if you ain't keeping something going, starting something up, sparking up some fires. You're always creating animosities. People create animosities because they're not particularly okay here. Healthy, normal thinking people start going around trying to create animosity. Yeah. Then you have the trustworthy. I named the trustworthy your BFF. Or your, I don't think y'all like BBF, do you, man? Best boyfriend. BMF, best male friend. Woo! Not that BMF 50 Cent, this one. Answering bitter speech and unkindness with contempt or anger. Answering bitter speech or answering unkindness with contempt or anger. Let's go back to Brittany for a little minute, because if we out here and we playing, you know, with religion, because I do believe she went into her relationship with her mother a little bit on the show. But you know, when we, if the things that she is out here in these streets doing as a product of ways that she feels because of relationships that were not quite right, then she is answering unkindness with contempt. Things she felt like were unkind in her life and hurtful in her life and traumatic in her life with contempt. The contempt is against her because she's not hurting anybody. If anybody is, if you are, because once you do anything for money, if there's nothing that you'll say no to, there's no integrity in that. So if there, and it's not just money, it's fame and infamy. You're doing something for likes and views, and you will do any and everything for likes and views. There's no integrity in that. And this person is going to be this way. This person is void of wisdom, either because they think that they are wiser than you, that you are a fool, and therefore he's going to call you a fool at every turn. And look, it says, as those who are most destitute of wisdom, conceit, they have the largest share of it. Remember I told y'all that the Lord had to put that weight back on me quick, fast, and in a hurry, because your baby girl was not confident, she was conceited. And when I dropped that video a few years back, someone came on and said, what is conceit? Because I said conceit has nothing to do with confidence. And so they were like, what is conceit? And I broke down what conceit is. Conceit is like that young lady that was on TikTok. You know, pretty girls do rock. Don't get me wrong. Pretty girls rock. But there can and absolutely is a difference between a pretty girl and a confident woman. If she's pretty and confident all the same, you'll see it. But if she's just pretty, you'll see that as well. That young lady came on there and she ain't came back yet. When she came on that Instagram, this is the first person that commented on her comment. I forget whose, I don't know if it was Tasha K, Night and Day Network. I don't know whose post I was commenting on. But the first person that spoke on what the young lady said was speaking on, I forget what the young lady said, but it was kind of an insult to the person in the post. And so the person that made the first comment on her insult went to her page, as I do. I go to people's pages. When I be reading them comments, I be going to people's pages and see if I can look at some eyes, sometimes, see what some things and stuff be looking like, you know? So the woman went to her page. I went to her page, and all I see is a young lady. She's pretty. I want to say she said that in her report. Pretty. Just twerking in all her posts. So it's kind of hard for me to take you serious with this comment of insult that you just made. And so she went on to try to speak on that woman's looks. And I came on the post and I was like, yeah, I went to her page. Yeah, she is just twerking. That's all I said. Yeah, it's a lot of pictures. She is just twerking. And she comes on the post and she's basically like, y'all just mad because y'all can't look like me, or y'all looking at me or something like that. Baby, one thing for sure and two things for certain. Sylvie ain't ever mad. Sylvie ain't ever mad. Sylvie stand in any room with the gut and all. Sylvie stand in any room and ain't never mad at that lady to the left of her, at that lady to the right of her, at that lady in front of her, or at that lady in back of her. Why? Because none of them are me. Ain't none of them and ain't none of them me. Sylvie's never mad. That was over a week ago. She left that post alone. That's what you won't do, is ever think that I comment on your post. If I comment on your post, I don't even know what you look like. I commented on your post before I went to your page. Because I commented, nope, excuse me. No, I didn't. I'm lying. I commented on her post based off of going to her page after the young lady said, it was an older woman, because she tried to come for our age and our looks. She tried to come for both of our age and both of our looks. Baby, you could never. Bet. Conceit is not confidence. Conceit is attached to what you look like on the outside. Conceit is attached to what you can buy yourself. Conceit is attached to what you look like for the people's sake. That's conceit. All of that is conceit, you know? I like the way that, what you call it, coming up. Why? I'm tripping, cause why, not now. Oh, okay, that's all. Cause I tried to, bring the live back up. It had stopped playing. I tried to bring it back up and it just, still would stop playing, and I ain't know why. Got the respectful. Okay. So conceit. We talked about conceit. Or else he's richer than his neighbor. Because he's richer than his neighbor. So he's going to just feel like he can speak to you any kind of way or treat you any kind of way because he got the monies. He got the money. Money and the cars. Cars and the clothes. And the hoes, I suppose. He just wanna be successful. So I guess the way that he has to be successful is to just look down his nose on somebody that could probably stand in the room beside them. Woo, because so many people think that confidence has anything to do with money. If you confident and you got money, it's not gonna boost your confidence. It's just gonna boost things that you can now do. I just feel like money boosts ego. Money does not affect confidence. Money boosts ego. Money boosts ego. The love of money boosts ego. Yeah, I'd say. So as far as holding your peace, it said, oh, richer than his neighbor, because it says the poor is generally despised by the wealthy. And holding your peace says an intelligent man is slow to condemn. And let me tell you something. When I said that the God said that I had to learn how to not let my buttons be pushed. It was about condemnation as well. I don't know that I was always slow to condemn. There were religious ways that I needed to get off of me. I had to be able to be some earthly good. So learning how to not allow your buttons to be pushed is going to make you more apt to take that silence as golden. It's going to make you more apt to pick and choose your battles. Remember I said silence is golden, but it does not mean that you are supposed to always be silent. It means that you are not just supposed to be speaking from the rooftops as if you know everything about anything, and you know what I'm saying, and doing like old Queen Rose. We're going to talk about Queen Rose. We're going to talk about Queen Rose, buddy. He makes allowances for others' difficulties, and if he cannot approve, at least knows how to be silent. Because the person that is void of wisdom, they are going to say everything they want. That was soda trying to be a burp and not at the same time. And so it came out a cough. They're going to say everything they want at any given time with no care to how it's going to make anybody feel. Delivery is a real thing. And delivery does not change because you're telling someone the truth. Everybody cannot take your truth in the way that you desire to give it. And that is point blank, period. We can try to rationalize anything that we want to rationalize. It does not make it the case. So in learning how to not allow my buttons to be pushed, it helps to learn how to be silent sometimes. It says, speech is silver. That's a proverb. It comes from the proverb, silence is golden. Speech is silver and silence is golden. A man of sense keeps quiet. And just like I said, it's not to say that you're never supposed to speak on anything. That's just to say if you're a person that speaks on everything, Brad said we can do everything. That don't mean we're supposed to do everything. That means even speak. You have the capability and the opportunity to speak on whatever that you want to. That does not mean that's what discernment comes in. And being a sheep that knows God's voice, to know when God wants you to speak, because it says that the troublemaker should always be met by one who is following the example of Christ. Why? Because if that troublemaker would have met Yvette, and Yvette is a Christian. Yvette is a Christian. But Sylvie is who the Most High was talking to and who was listening to the Most High when the Most High began to say, don't allow your buttons to be pushed, because Yvette won't trying to hear it. Most High said, let me give this chick another name. Maybe she'll listen a little better. And so you did, and so I does. says, because he is not so wise or so rich or so righteous. The man of understanding. He understands that. He is not putting himself on any pedestals, giving himself too much credit. It's crazy because O'Shea Jackson spoke about that on the video I was watching, and my study hit that a few weeks ago. Don't think more of yourself than you are, baby. That's conceit. That's conceit. Thinking more of yourself than you are. And it's normally superficial. Generally superficial. Don't think more of yourself than you are, baby. It's no bueno. Nah. So this young lady was on street media. And I don't remember the title. But she came up there and she was talking about how she lost the man that she was supposed to marry. Because they went through a rough patch. And she wanted to get them cheeks clapped in my O'Shea Duke Jackson voice. She went through a rough patch and she decided that she was going out there. I don't know if that was because he cheated and she decided she was going to cheat too. I don't know what it was, but she talked about the goodness of this man. And I think that wasn't her first baby. She wound up with twins. Now I said that wasn't her first baby. It could have been. She went out there and had an affair with her fiance. And then, like I said, she didn't tell the story of whether he was out there cheating first. She just said they hit a rough patch. And she realized that the grass was not greener on the other side because she knew she had someone who would have taken care of twins if they would have gotten pregnant together. But then she synced. She might have seen something down there to say, oh, you look like you got something. But she probably seen something. And she just thought that her options, she thought that her options was better over there with, that's just her baby daddy. That's just her baby daddy. Who that is? Baby daddy. Who that is? Baby daddy. That's just her baby daddy. That's just her baby daddy. He don't even come around. He don't even come around. So now she don't got that good man no more. Now she is sitting a single mother. A single mother. She answered unkindness with contempt, no matter how well deserved. It may be well deserved. You may feel like you got every reason. I continue to say, when God said, don't allow your buttons to be pushed, I don't mess with people. It wasn't because I was out there messing with people. If your buttons are getting pushed, it's because somebody is messing with you. But someone who is learning to be a follower of Christ understands or begins to understand or learns to understand that them buttons, they don't belong to nobody and can't nobody control them, and you can blame till you is blue in the face, babe. But they still your buttons. They are still your buttons. You feel me? And that's all I got to say about those buttons. Because now she's having to raise that baby on her own. And she regrets it. I'm speaking about this because she regrets it. Relationships are work. They are work. If you choose to get married, you God want us married. But if you choose to do it the other way, they are work. They are work. They are not love. I think your love for someone would make you possibly want to do the work a little more. But a relationship is work, love. Now, Street Media also played another video where he showed probably about 3 or 4 different videos of single mothers complaining, you know, they have no help and everything. And y'all know, I try to be as compassionate as I am, but I was a single mother. I made the choice to leave my ex-husband. It was not healthy. It was not healthy. I'm not going to put our business out there like that, but it was not a healthy situation. But in making that choice, you have to understand whatever consequences may come from that choice. Once I made that choice, I became a struggling single mother. And I'm not saying that I would go back and do anything different. I hope I'm almost finished. This leg say, be almost finished. So that video was because of Eboni K. Williams is out here just pitching single motherhood from the rooftops because she's about to be a single mother. And to each his own. But we've afforded ourselves the ability, and we don't have to put up with this, and we don't have to put up with that. I would ask these questions. Are you when you're in these places where you're looking for relationships or what have you, are you discussing first and foremost? Are you sitting down and having a discussion about your likes and dislikes and his likes and dislikes and what the two of you want together? Is there a conversation going on, or are we just going into this wanting to be afforded the opportunity, and if it don't fit what we like, because that's not how a marriage or a relationship is supposed to go. Now, if it's a financial thing, Eboni K. Williams may be single for the rest of her life because the men that are in her bracket, go listen to some of these men. I'll be listening to the men. If you're not going to listen to the men, who is you going to marry? That's all I'll be wanting to know. Who you going to marry if you're not going to marry the men? And if you are just dead set that you are going to be this way and there's going to be no compromise, get what? Look, I felt like a teacher that I done been married. Like, I done said, Lord, if you don't ever want me to be married again, I'm 50. I'm 50. And I've been there. But street media talked about them options. You got them options, but do you got opportunities? That's what he was saying, because he commended the young lady. Don't get me wrong. When he brought that first young lady up there talking about she ain't getting married no more, he commended her because she took responsibility for her actions and everything. But when she said that, when she made that comment about them options, he said when you're young and beautiful, you got a lot of options, but your options ain't opportunity. Now, I'm not telling us not to go out there and be young and beautiful, because you got to be young and beautiful, but you also have to understand that a world does not revolve around you, and when a relationship comes, there are rules, for lack of a better word, there are rules of engagement to relationships, and y'all are supposed to sit down and see what works. Everybody is not going to be in a chauvinistic man, very passive woman relationship. And you can't knock somebody because she chooses that. If that's what she chooses, that's what she chooses. Every woman is not going to be in a relationship where the man is running the house, because there's going to be some relationships that are absolutely positively run by the woman. If that's the relationship you were in, have you talked to that man though and seen how he felt about that? Does he feel like he's walking in all of his manhood? If it feels like he's... I'm just saying. Because I was watching Duffy and her fiance and Buffy and Brandy had got with Duffy and told her, well, maybe when you go to counseling, you'll know how to speak to me because you speaking to me like you be speaking to him. And Duffy just got really, really about that. But then once she got to the counselor, and the counselor basically reiterated basically that that's what it is. You don't listen effectively, and you're so overwhelmed by your emotion. She I was watching. She did the Kevin. I won't even talk about. She did the Kevin. All I thought about was Kevin Samuels. All that I thought about, because I was on that live. I don't know if it was live when I was watching, but I was on it. I was on it when he talked to that young lady, because she was like, but I done stepped up my game, and I'm making 6 figures and everything like that, and I just want him to step up his game, and I just want him to want more. If he a plumber, I just want him to want to own it. Own his own plumbing company. Kevin Samuels said, what if he don't want to? What if he's content with what he's doing? When I tell you, she cut that man to the ground with telling him he wasn't doing enough, and then had to have a re-engagement, and the man done engaged himself to you in the private, and you said it wasn't good enough because your friends weren't there to see it. If Duffy and that man married, because you can't be making a man feel less than a man, even if you are the breadwinner. That's when you should go to the extra effort to make sure you're making sure that he feels in his manhood, because their manhood generally is attached to. Look, before I got out here on these social media streets, God brought that straight to my door. That man told me he was trying to get his finances right and get all of that stuff that's associated with finances right, and then he was going to concern himself with a relationship. A lot of them move in that manner. A lot of them move in that manner. Even if they go out and get relationships, that's when it becomes really, really hard, because they are dead set on their success as far as finances are concerned. So when then you have one whose success, and he may have his own success, but it may not be that of yours. If you begin to put that in his face, because sometimes we can do that, ladies. All the Dr. Pepper's gone. If you begin to put that in his face, your relationship gonna tell it. Your relationship gonna tell it. So you may want to think twice about that kind of thing before you do that. That's all I have to say about that. Lussel. So yes, I wish Eboni K all the congratulations on her new baby that she's about to have. Her experiences are her own. I think that you don't need to be taking on other people's experiences and thinking that they're your own. You need to be thinking these things through and making your critically thought out choices on a case-by-case basis. And that's not to say you can't listen to something Eboni K said, or something that I said, or something that you heard somewhere, but take all of that stuff so that you can make an informed decision for yourself. Because it ain't always the men, ladies. It ain't always the men. You feel me? Excuse me. He said a man's masculinity is judged by the head below the belly button, and not the one above the neck. And so I was watching the Housewives in British. I forget the young lady who she was talking to, but I think the young lady was a virgin, and so she was getting ready to be dating somebody. And British was like, you need to go ahead on and get that over with so you can know if that's it, so that you won't waste no time. And I've heard that said over the years. You do know that you can work with that man and make things a little better if you work with that man down there. But what you can't do ladies, if you gonna keep trying to pick by the below the belly head, I'd say if you out there and you is doing that below the belly button head picking, then you it probably them same type of women. I mean, remember when I was on live the other day and I was like, then you gonna be out there saying, men, I said black men, but then I went on the video and was like, oh man, men is the devil. He is a deadbeat. IJS. We have to start making better decisions. It is nothing like some good below the belly button. It is nothing like some good below the belly button. But is that your deal breaker? Ooh, is that your deal breaker? All right, all right, all right. And this casual sex thing, because he spoke about the casual sex. You know, a lot of times, I ain't saying there ain't no other ways that mothers become single. There can be, you know, the losing of one of the parents. Yeah, other than that, it's just a breakup. Other than the losing the parent, losing dad, 9 times out of 10, it's probably going to be a breakup. So then you have to decipher, you know, where that breakup came from. If you've done all of your part, because sometimes we say we do a part, and if we asked other people, they would probably question how much of a part we did. It's all. So with that casual sex, that would be something I would consider not always with malicious intent, but always dangerous. You create animosity. You create animosity within yourself, because the more that you have in casual sex, the more that you was walking around talking about what a man is and what a man ain't. And you was going around there, and I'm the first one to tell you that when they come along, and it's what they all want. They all can't get it. They all can't get it. Oh, it's Valeg, y'all. Valeg. Oh, I'm almost done. I'm almost done. Okay, we're gonna talk about Rose, and then I got a couple of things to say about the vice president, Miss Harris. I ain't put her name in the picture because this is not a political channel per se. So, but it is what it is. I'm probably put her name in the when I cut the video up in the short. But Tasha K interviewed the Queen of Rose. Now I seen the Queen of Rose a long time ago. I never watched any of the videos. I just saw her name because they were saying back then that basically she carries black men to lift up her husband, who is not black. He's blanc. He's a big old 6 foot tall blanc. So, Tasha K has spoke on it when she did the video, when Rose did the video, saying that this was a couple of weeks ago, talking about don't act like I ain't pay for everything here, because everything was coming out saying, oh, you finding out that Zaddy was broke. You know, she done came out here and downed all the black men for Zaddy, and then Zaddy broke, and then Tasha K talk about it, and then next thing you know, Rose is sitting on Tasha K's. And I'm like, Mer, Buckeye. Mer, Gersh. And Tasha K very gracefully, very, very gracefully gave it to her. When that thing went to putting on, anytime that she couldn't answer a question that Tasha K had for her, she was either going to lip gloss, what else was she doing? Or drink some water. She was going to lip gloss, Well, excuse me, drink some vodka because that was vodka in the water bottle. I ain't understand that. Why you be hiding your vodka at home? But Tasha was like, maybe you want to take it out the water bottle because your kids might get it. That first time, oh my God, that first time she put that lip gloss on, she started putting lip gloss on. And I wasn't even watching at that point. I wasn't watching. I was probably playing my game and listening because I be listening sometimes. And all I did was hear Tasha say, I could lip gloss too. She said, I could lip gloss too. And I looked up and she was like, they both sitting up there like, oh my God. I was so weak because every time she got caught up, she had to slip to something else. And she kept projecting. She kept projecting when she kept talking about how we know that things need to be changed, the men need to change in the black community, and Tasha kept bringing it back to ratchet black women and ratchet black wives and letting her know that you're the common denominator of your ex-husband and your new husband. You, Queen Rose, you're the common denominator. And those can also be unresolved mommy issues because we have them. But if we are out here becoming famous and infamous and everything in our unresolved issues, I'd say we are void of wisdom. If our unresolved issues are leading us and guiding us in our decisions, even if it's our social media, because if you're doing this, if you is acting all of this out just for the money, that still say something because everybody talking. You're answering unkindness with contempt. And that be the biggest contempt because it be about us. But she couldn't see herself. She struck me as what this man said about Kamala. She struck me as hollow. That man said Kamala hollow. I ain't say it. I'm going to tell you who said it. Tim Dillon said it. Tim Dillon says she's at home means she's comfortable with her hollowness. Said Kamala is eaten by ambition. And then I went and watched one of her videos. Ooh, I'm mad that I didn't, cause that wasn't no clip. But she spoke about her ambition. And when she spoke about her ambition, this was already down. And it sounded just like what he said. It sounded just like what he said. She is eaten by her ambition. His name Tim Dillon. He said she's perfectly content with being used as a tool by other people. Now, I still have to go on because, and after this we're done. I have to go on and I'm going to do my own research. Because I am checking policies. And I don't know. I told God I'm not voting. But I said, Lord, if you want me to vote, you show me how to vote. Same way I said in 2020. One thing for sure and two things for certain. I'm almost certain that just got shown to me. I watched the speech. Now, I want to say it was J.D. Vance. That is Donald Trump's running mate. But if you're going to search for policies, especially if you ain't one that just going out there, just find them. And I'm reading and I'm watching. But he says that she created a law to lighten the offense for SA in California. Now, I just came up here a few weeks ago talking about Germany and them other countries because that man had came on ABL and he had said Germany is over there and they're lessening the charges, lessening the penalty for SA. They are making it a misdemeanor. Well, Kamala has done that Kamala has done that in Illinois, is what J.D. Vance is saying. Now, I have to go do my own research. So with that being said, I'm going to say allegedly, howsoever. This out of her own mouth. So it lends credibility to what I'm about to go do the research on. Because I done told y'all about the fair words and good speech. And then I gave y'all the definition of arsenicoitai and effeminate, which both, although they speak about homosexuality, that man lying with male, I done told y'all about that. That man lying with male, the whole effeminate is not about homosexuality. And arsenicoitai goes down after it tells you about all kinds of other assault, SAs. Even Sodom and Gomorrah, SA. Not LGBT, not LGB, SA. So, one of Kamala's policies, the freedom to love who you love openly. Y'all done already know that. I done told y'all that after that B and that T, Q, and there's a few more letters up there. They want to put 3 letters to say M-A-P. Minor attracted persons. The freedom to love who you love openly and with pride. Is there an age limit on that, Madam Vice President? Is there an age limit on the freedom to love who you love openly and with pride? Or are we trying to map it out? With that being said, hey, you guys, we done talked about Brittany Runner. We done talked about the young lady who lost her man. We done talked about them housewives, those basketball wives, just a little bit. We done talked about, what else we had talked about? We done talked about Eboni K. Williams and her single, but telling these babies to go out here and have these single babies. We done talked about Kamala and Queen Rose being a little bit hollow and being okay with it. Allegedly. Hello, beautiful. If any of these things that I have talked about tonight hit you at all, if you are out there creating animosities, if you are out there, I apologize, beautiful, creating animosities, starting suspicions, defending friendships, sneering at your neighbors, void of wisdom may be on your list. And beautiful, if it is, my suggestion to you is to get in God's face. Sylvie loves you, and she is out. Oh, get off of my foot cord. I can't even let you go. Oh my God. Oh my God, Becky.